What's going on, guys? It's Noah just checking in. Today I am really pleased to introduce to you guys my youngest brother, Luke. Say hi, Luke.
Hi, guys.
Luke played an interesting role in my recovery from clinical depression and anxiety and my suicidal state after I had my breakdown in May of 2011. Being the oldest brother, I've always played the role of like the leader and or the supposed to be the one setting the example, although I didn't always do that.
The one that I come back on you, I lean on your shoulder.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just the nature of being the oldest. You just are the older one. You're supposed to be more responsible. You're supposed to be the one to comfort and or take care of. You're just supposed to play that role. That's your job. Luke's 10 years younger than me. We're very similar. We have similar characteristics. We get along really well, and he's definitely my best friend. And
Same.
when I got really sick, something changed in the dynamic of our relationship, and I went from being like the older brother, and him being like the kid brother, 10 years younger, to instantly me being the vulnerable one, the one that needed support, comfort, reassurance, help, like on all fronts, and that affected him. That affected you a lot. And it was a big adjustment because he just basically had to assume a more parental role with me and be like a voice of reason, be a source of comfort, be a source of hope. He had to be strong for me when I couldn't be strong for myself, which, it's a lot to ask of a freshman in high school. And I would say that he handled it better than almost anyone in my corner who had to see me go to that place. So, needless to say, our bond is very important to me, and in a lot of respects, I owe my life to the fact that he was so good with me and so caretaking. It's just important for you guys to understand what it took and what kind of lengths that my family and my youngest brother went through to keep me alive long enough to know that I was going to be able to recover. So I'm going to let him go ahead and tell you that story, and I'll add in if I think he's missing something.
But this was a huge story for me, and it hurts to even look back at it because I've always been the closest to Noah in my family. And not only the closest, he's been my best friend and my big brother, and someone I look up to, and someone just I love being with. And and this is one major, like, we had a lot of moments, where hurtful experience. But so one night, it was a weekend, and I had a bunch of friends and everyone that wanted to hang out with me, and I had to cancel on them because Noah at the time was very suicidal, and my parents brought me into myself and was like, "Hey, we need you to watch Noah tonight. So make sure he doesn't do anything stupid." And of course, I was like, okay, and I was kind of scared about it. I was like, stupid? Like, what do you mean stupid? Of course, I immediately got defensive. So I was like, he's not gonna do that. Da, da, da. I didn't want to think about losing him.
The reason my parents asked him specifically that night to keep an eye on me more so than he did most nights, because he would spend the night in the same bed with me.
I'd sleep with you every night.
Most every night, because I was like afraid to be alone. My parents had to crash. They were burnt out. They had to fall asleep. Their sunroom was connected to their room.
Yeah, you guys were connected.
Right. The room were connected, but they were going to fall asleep, and they were very concerned about my suicidality that night. And so you can continue, because they then went to him as a resource.
So they went to me, and I, of course, was like, of course, I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure he doesn't, do anything that shouldn't happen. And I got a chair, got some blankets. I sat outside of his room, looking in, watching him and waiting for him, and just watching him and reassuring not only myself, just making sure he didn't do anything, and reassuring myself so I could actually live. I could just breathe, because I know as long as I could see him, he's not doing anything.
Well, no, I wasn't going to sneak out.
Yeah, you're not going to sneak out. You were going to do anything you weren't supposed to do,
right.
As in
hurt myself.
You're hurting him. Yeah. Hurting yourself. The point is, I stayed there the whole night in the cold, and it wasn't raining, but it was really cold outside, and I just watched him. I went in there at the very end of the night, said goodnight to you, and I remember we were sitting on your bed, and you just started breaking down.
Yeah.
And I remember I held you, and I started crying too, saying, "It's okay, we're going to get through this, and I'm here." And I remember you were telling me you're scared, and it was the most Oh, just thinking back at it, it was
It's
the
just
most
sad and it's dark.
sad, dark night I've ever experienced in my life.
And of course one of my many darkest nights. And it just looking back, of course, the significance of having a younger person, period, but having just your kid brother have to play that role, have to watch out for your suicidal behavior, have to comfort you and reassure me that I'm going to be okay. For him to take that on and be able to grasp the severity of the situation at 15 and not be afraid of it, not be overwhelmed by it, not be judgmental. He was just there. He just stepped up and he helped me, and it did break him down. And I ended up hearing, I'd hear stories that from people saying a couple times he would break down over it when I wasn't home, and he didn't want me to see that, but it just wore him out so bad that I was so bad for so long that he was scared, and it made him cry because you shouldn't have to.
And we're so close.
We're so close, and I was very vocal about the fact that I thought I was going to die, and I was just very depressed, and I couldn't see past that depression, even enough to do what I probably should have done as the older person, which is look after his feelings. I just couldn't at the time, and some people couldn't handle how depressed I was. Some people couldn't handle how negative I was, how often I spoke of death. They couldn't handle that. It was just too overwhelming. But Luke could, and I owe him and a few other specific people that just stuck it out in my life because they did for me what I couldn't do for myself. And I just want to impress upon you guys how valuable having support system is, and how lucky I am to have family, and then just have amazing people like Luke, who now we have re-established the roles differently. I mean, I of course respect him as a person. I don't look down on him like a kid brother anymore, quite the same. But I'm able to be the older brother again, and he allows that. He allowed me to transition back into that, and he went back to being a little brother. But our respect is the same. Our friendship is even closer, and he absolutely, I mean, you absolutely mean the world to me. And yeah, I'm very grateful for you. I'm very grateful for him. Take good care. Be safe in your day-to-day life. And if you're doing well, that's awesome. If you're struggling, hang in there. It can get better. I'm walking, talking, living proof. I hope to see you guys over at the new channel.
Nice to meet you guys.
Shut up.